What? 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 What?
David, you're the new student, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. What seems to be a problem? Like, you've been shouting all day ever since this result. What's happened?
Well, I have homework, right? And for next, I need to answer this question for the next session. But the problem is, I don't get how to answer it.
This is economics, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And can I see the method?
Here, please.
So, when does a country have an advantage? Okay. I think it's like has something to do with appreciation. You know what that is?
No.
Depreciation.
No.
Oh yeah. Alright, so since it's getting kind of late, you wanna go to my house? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You wanna meet me in my house at 3:30?
Sure.
Okay.
There are two ways to measure the advantage. 1. It is by absolute advantage and comparative advantage. 2. It is by floating exchange rate. Absolute advantage is the ability to produce more of a specific good than another country, firm, or individual using the same amount of resources in the same amount of time. An example of absolute advantage can be seen in chickens. In this example, both chicken A and chicken B have took the same time to produce these eggs. In chicken A, it produced 4 eggs, while in chicken B, it had only produced 1 egg. Therefore, chicken A has the absolute advantage.
Sure. How does a country have an advantage over another in comparative advantage?
Comparative advantage: a company, individual, or country having the ability to be able to sell their goods and services for a low opportunity cost, determined by how low the opportunity cost is. If a country has a comparative advantage in one good, they should specialize in producing and exporting that good. One example is India can produce more spices than the Philippines, yet Philippines can create more handbags than India. Thus, the Philippines has a comparative advantage in bags.
Floating exchange rate is divided into 2 parts, appreciation and depreciation, to measure the advantage of a country in trade.
Is inflation also related to the floating exchange rate?
Inflation is also related to floating exchange rate as it talks about the increase or decrease in value of the currency. Appreciation is the increase of the value of a currency in relation to another currency. They appreciate because of factors such as government policy and interest rates. The value of a currency constantly changes on supply and demand in the market. When the appreciation goes up, demand goes up as well. As a stronger currency means more income for workers, and more income leads to more demand. Let's use the example of $1 and 1 Philippine peso. $1 equals 52.05 Philippine pesos on February 20. On February 22, it costs 52.10 Philippine pesos. On February 23, it costs 53 Philippine pesos. On February 24, it costs 51 Philippine pesos. So where did it appreciate? That's right, it appreciated on February 24 by 51 pesos.
Depreciation: the measure of decrease in value of a currency over time. This usually pertains to real estates, but can lose its value from indirect causes.
For this example, let us use the previous example for appreciation. Since depreciation talks about how currency gets weaker, the weaker currency here is on February 23 by 53 Philippine pesos. Therefore, the winners are the exporters, as when an importing country has a depreciation, the country has a weaker currency, meaning that they would have to spend more for a certain good. And therefore, the exporters would earn more.